Hey guys, in this video I'm giving out a full free Facebook ads course, and just to prove that the things in this course that I'm going to teach you work, we took a brand new, absolutely brand new store, brand new pixel, brand new Facebook ads account, and brand new products, and took it in the past 30 days to more than, let's say, February 11th to February up to March 11th, more than $51,000, almost $52,000 in 30 days. And as you can see, this store was absolutely brand new, didn't get any sales. So all of February, and I'm gonna just pull up all of January all the way to February, absolutely no sales during this time. So from February 11th, which was the day that we started, all the way to March 11th, more than $51,000 with the exact strategies that I'm going to teach you in this full breakdown free course. So the things that I'm going to teach you here work, and just a little bit more proof. I know there's a lot of skeptics out there watching this. If you pick a random day, the 3rd, the 1st, they're all more than $3,000, $4,000, and already we're at like 10 a.m. today, already $700, and I'm going to refresh the page just so you have a little bit more proof. Yeah, the things that I'm going to teach you in this course, this is all Facebook ads, the exact step-by-step blueprint for free for you to make, more than $50,000 in the next 30 days with a brand new account, brand new pixel, brand new products, everything. So the free course, Facebook Ads Mastery, I'm Rafael, as you guys know. What you will learn, or what we will cover in this video, is the first, how to create ads that convert and get profitable sales. And in there, we're also gonna talk about profitable ad examples and video ads mastery. Then we're gonna go step by step into 100K per month strategy. I do consistently $150,000 to $250,000 every single month. And I'm gonna teach you exactly the things that we do, the methods, the scaling methods, and how to master lookalike audiences and how to use them to scale. The third thing, the science of Facebook ads, the exact numbers you need to look at and when to scale or kill ads. This is a module from my Inner Circle mentoring program, and this is just the best thing I've ever put out there. My students absolutely love it, and you're gonna love it as well. And then retargeting on Facebook ads, how to master that, plus exact ads, exact ad copies that I use that work for me, my students, my employees, literally everyone. And then the fifth one, I want you to stay until the end of this video, because if you stay until the end, we have a special module that I created only for a mentoring program. You get it on here. So let's go into the course, and as always, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos.
All right, what is up, guys? In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to create and how to craft converting ads, because, making converting ads that get you sales, ad that gets you a high return of the ad spend, it's essentially an art, right? It's creating ads that get people to stop scrolling on Facebook, that get people to stop what they're doing, go to your website, and buy from your store. So how to craft converting ads. You have to analyze your audience and put yourself in their shoes. That's the first thing you have to do, right? Because I get a lot of students asking like, hey, how do I do copywriting? How do I write good ads? Do you think this ad is good? But the first thing you have to think about is think of your audience and think about how they interact with Facebook. On Facebook, for example, most people, when they go on Facebook, they're just scrolling mindlessly through the platform. They're just scrolling mindlessly through the network. For example, most people that use Facebook use it like this. Let me wait for it to load a little bit. They use Facebook like that. They start just scrolling through. I know it's loading a little bit slow, but because I'm recording probably. I'll let it load a little bit, but essentially what it comes down to is analyzing the audience and how they are interacting with the platform. So in order to, for example, let's say one of my students, he's selling spa products. So products for women that want to relax and want to have like a home spa. And he crafted an ad and he was like, hey, what do you think of this ad? And I'm like, well, you're not thinking of the audience in this ad. You're not thinking of what the audience needs in terms of these types of products. And in order to do that audience research, in order to see, hey, what does that audience struggle with? What are their needs? What are their wants? What do these people want in a product that will make them feel better? What you can do about that is just go and actively research for those types of products. If you're selling spa products, if you're selling weight loss products, let's say struggles with weight loss products. And then you'll see 10 most dangerous, let me see. All right, you can go through all of these articles, like the ones that are the most recent are the best, and just spend 20, 30 minutes to an hour reading and understanding what that audience is struggling with. If you're selling to mothers, which is my case, for example, if you're selling to moms of children, if you're selling to moms of very little kids, toddlers, you want to find out what their struggles are. For example, I'm going to show you one of the best ads that's doing for us right now, right here. Want to make diapers more fun? And then I have the URL right here. We're giving away 100 diapers for free, just pay shipping. So this is a free plus shipping ad that we're doing, and it's working absolutely well. It's doing a cost per purchase of about $3, giving us a $10 shipping. So we're essentially 3xing our money on every single sale, and the diaper costs about $1. So we're making $6 on a $10 sale, and we're essentially 3xing our money on a 60% profit margin, which is great for free plus shipping. So essentially, how do I craft an ad that fits to my audience, in this case, mothers? I want to find out what the biggest problem it is with diapers or with Pampers with mothers. And the biggest problem that they have is that they're just really boring, right? They're just like, they use the Pamper and the kids really don't want to put on the Pamper. It's like, it's a big struggle for some mothers to use diapers. So we kind of twisted that and understood the audience, say, okay, what are their struggles with diapers? Now we want to take it the other way around and look at that struggle and make a product that takes care of that struggle, that essentially helps the customer or helps our potential customer pay attention to our ad and pay attention to what we're offering. So essentially we're saying, want to make diapers more fun? We're giving away 100 diapers. So just giving away the 100 diapers, that's just a huge thing that pulls in a lot of people. Essentially, you don't have to do free plus shipping. In this case, we're doing it just to test out. We have a lot of other ads. For example, I'm going to show you right now here. Girls are going crazy for these fancy boots. Dr. Martin style, that's a brand, but this is just a style. It's not the actual brand. And then amazing style floral boots. So this is also understanding the audience. So who are we selling to? We're selling to mothers of young girls, right? Of young kids, young children. Essentially, we're selling to parents. We're selling to mothers. So in order to create this ad that captures attention, it's like we tell them, hey, your child is going to love these boots. So all these ads, we're going to go into exactly how we craft them, how we write them, but it's all about understanding the audience and understanding what can attract them. So if you're selling spa products, for example, your first line of the ad should be, are you struggling to find good spa products? Do you want to have more relaxation in your life? Do you want a better way to relax? Like, you understand their struggle, which is they don't have good spa products. They can't really find them easily in retail. And then you go through that struggle and you find a way to show off your product in the way that will solve that struggle. So in order to actually create the ad yourself, the first thing I recommend is asking a rhetorical question. So you can see that in the Pampers ad. So want to make diapers more fun. It's a rhetorical question. It's an obvious question. Yeah, obviously you want to make diapers more fun, but it's a question that if a person asks themselves that question, like, oh, you want to make diapers more fun? Well, yeah, I have a kid, they use diapers. It'd be cool to make it more fun, right? And you can also do that with any type of ad. Like, want to make this thing easier. Want to make cooking easier, then here's a kitchen gadget to do it. That's the first line that I always do for my most converting ads. This one in particular, the boots, we didn't actually do a question. We just did, hey, girls are going crazy for these fancy boots, which is also the third line that I always use is your audience, whether it be girls, mothers, teachers, whatever it is, who you're selling are going crazy. So if you're selling a product for kitchen, then you can just say, hey, moms are going crazy for this. Parents are going crazy for this, blah, blah, blah. You can also do, for example, one of my students, he's selling travel products. Travelers are going crazy for this. Nomads are going crazy for this. That's a great line that I use on a lot of my ads and try to get people to just, see the ad. Like, the first thing you want to do is get people to stop mindlessly scrolling, which is what a lot of people do. Not sure why this isn't loading that fast, but what a lot of people do is they just scroll mindlessly through Facebook. That's what most people are doing. They're just scrolling mindlessly, and you want to stop them. You want to create that sense of, stop and watch my ad. So how you do that is just creating these ads that either they have a rhetorical question that is very fitting to that audience, right? As you know, in the targeting section, you make targeting basically based on brands, influencers, and things that people would like, that they are more willing to buy that product. And now in the ad, now that you've targeted the right people, let's say you're choosing two different brands of, for example, let's say Johnson and Johnson and Pampers. Those people are definitely interested in things for children, right? They're definitely interested in a product that will help their children, that will help their toddler, their babies, whatever it is. And now we make an ad that pulls them in and gets them to read the rest of the ad, gets them to see the video, gets them to watch our page. Like the first line of the ad copy is what just gets them to read the rest of the ad copy. It's not like your ad copy has to be perfectly crafted. It's just the first line makes you read it, and then it makes you watch the image, makes you watch the video, blah, blah, blah. And then you're essentially like pulling them in from that crazy, just mindless scrolling. Now, fourth thing that I'm going to talk about is test CTA button versus no button. We've seen that CTA button on the top, this shop now, is actually working a lot better. As you can see in the other one, is also here. Shop now on the bottom is actually working a lot better than just having a regular page post. Like just having a regular page post isn't working as well as having the button on the actual ad. And how you create that is you just create a regular ad. So instead of doing a page post and then using the post ID, you just create a brand new ad. You know how to do that with the Facebook section, but you create an ad, and then that ad, you use it for every single one of your campaigns or new ad sets. But you create it with that shop now button, and then with a lot of, basically explaining the product in the headline down below. The fifth thing that I want to talk about is videos. Video ads tend to do a lot better than picture ads in products that aren't really explicit in what they do. So if you have a product that people can tell what it does from just looking at the product, like if you're selling a dress, if you're selling things that, for example, a painting, a canvas, a t-shirt, people can tell what the product does or what the product is you're offering by just a picture. But for videos, they work a lot better for products that you can't really tell what they are. So for example, these cute diapers, yeah, they're cute, but what really makes them cute? So we made a video for that. And then these boots, we made a video of just children using the boots and actually walking actively on them. And then for the third one that I have here, this one is, I'm going to talk about retargeting in a little bit, but this one was also a video ad. So how do you actually get those videos? And how do you actually create those video ads? So what I do, and the easiest thing, you don't need to pay anyone. If you want, you can just go on Upwork and hire someone to make a video for you. But just the easier way is to go directly to your AliExpress supplier. And you can do, let's say I'm selling like home alarm, whatever it is. I just want to find a supplier. And then I find the supplier right here. And then you can contact them straight through AliExpress. So you can essentially check their contact. You can send them an email. You can send them a message through, contact now right here. Through Ali, you sign into your account and contact them directly through AliExpress. You can see how many years they've been open, what badges they have, whatever it is. And you contact them straight there and you ask them, hey, do you have a video for me to use on my ads? A lot of the times they will have a video. Your suppliers are used to drop shipping and having people drop ship their products. So they're usually used to making videos, to having a lot of creatives, a lot of images. So don't feel bad to just ask them, hey, do you have a video? Yes, no? Okay, if they don't, you can look it up on YouTube. So let's say I want to sell, one of my students is selling like spa products. So you can do like spa, like a spa bomb, it's called, like one of these, right? You can see if there's videos for those specific products. And if they're huge influencers, if they have like, let me see, 450,000, that's like a lot. If they have 1.4 million views, then you want to ask them for permission to use your video as a fair use. So you use their video for your ad, but you want to ask them for permission first. If it's just some random video with like 10, 20 views about some spa bomb, like here, like 43 views and stuff, 520 views, you don't really need to ask for permission because they don't really care. Like look at this one, like 1K views, spa bath bomb review. Like you can use something like this, and then you'll use a service called YouTube to MP4. It's called Online Video Converter. And what you do is you put that video take the video from YouTube, put it here, convert it into MP4, download it into your computer or your USB, whatever it is, and then use iMovie to edit that video. So what you do is you just edit it on video. It's really easy. They have their own tutorials, so I'm not going to go into video editing that much, but you just edit it yourself. Make sure to put the most important things and make it within 45 to 50 seconds. Those are usually 45 to 50 seconds, usually does the best for ad videos. That's essentially how I find those videos, is I either go to the supplier or I go on YouTube, download that video on YouTube to my iMovie, and then edit it on iMovie. But yeah, videos do a lot better for products that you can't really tell what they do off of the first bat. Now, why do I use tinyurl? As you can see in some of these, tinyurl, instead of Bitly. Why do I use tinyurl? Because it lets you pull the Google Analytics parameters. So it lets you, so on Bitly, when you use parameters for Google Analytics, like we use Google Analytics on a daily basis, and we really look at where our traffic is coming from, attribution, audience, everything in the platform. And tinyurl lets you pull the parameters from Google Analytics into your URL. Bitly doesn't let you do that. It kind of loses that those parameters. So if you want to use tinyurl, that's essentially why I use it. I just use it to have a better attribution model and have a better way of tracking where my people are coming from and where they are, essentially how they are buying, like what process are they going through to buy. The last thing I'm going to talk about is stating clear sale amount. So now that you know your audience, you've talked about your audience in the ad, you've talked about, they're going crazy, you're asking a rhetorical question, you're making a strong video, you're adding fuel to the fire, then you state a clear sale amount. So you can do, for example, in this one, Dr. Martin style with 70% off today. So you want to state a clear reason why they should buy from this ad and not buy it anytime else. So you can say like 50% off this week, or we're giving away so many, or use coupon code to get it today for 15% off. Whatever it is, you want to create that urgency. It's not fake scarcity. It's not fake urgency. It's real urgency. It's like, hey, our product is 60% off today. That actually, we tested it across a lot of ads, and just adding 70% off today, 50% off today does improve the conversion rate by a lot and does improve the click-through rate by a lot. So that really helps out in just getting people to the site, because, they see 50% off today. Oh, let me just check it out and see if it's really 50% off. If it is, obviously have the price on your page be the same as your advertising. So if it's 50% off today, have a 50% off sale on the page. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the rest of the ad copy. So how you write, for example, in this case, long ad copy is essentially putting in more information about the audience. So another thing that I was talking about with a student yesterday is CY, and then you add a number. What does that mean? So if you're selling to mothers, for example, CY more than 2,376 mothers trust us. And then you can put an emoji and a link, and then link. This creates a lot of social proof, even in the ad, right? So if your ad doesn't have that most social proof, and also I want to talk about that because I got that question a bunch of times. Social proof on ads isn't really gonna make or break your campaign. So this right here, the 36 likes, 18 comments, 5 shares, if that were 36,000, the actual CTR, the actual click-through rate on the ad goes up with more social proof, but the sales are usually the same. So the ad performs better, it gets cheaper clicks, it gets more CTR, but it doesn't actually perform better in a sales perspective. And you got to think about it in the whole funnel. You got to think about it in the sales process. And in the sales process, ads with low social proof tend to do the same than ads with high social proof. They tend to do better in CTR and like front end, but not the actual back end. So this is also a great line to use. CY more than, in a number, CY more than number of audience trust us. And the last thing is just adding more information about that audience. As I said, if you do a lot of research into the audience, so let's say spa products best, and you find blog posts about that, let's say 10 spas with seriously awesome beauty lines, the best products for a spa day at home, professional choice awards. if you go through these blog posts and these, these posts and these magazines, these blogs, you'll understand the audience a lot better, and you'll know how to craft the ad a lot better for that audience. All right, so step-by-step blueprint to 100,000 in 1 month. So the first, before you start, you need a store that converts. You need to have some sales already. You need to, it has to look appealing. The store needs to look good. Look at your competitors. Look at Google Ads and look at the people running Google Ads in your niche. Look at how their stores look, how their products look, what images are they using. Check your competition, check your niche. What are they doing? You need to be aware and you need to be sure that your store converts and that it's appealing, right? And you want to run Facebook video ads, not only images ads. You want to run Facebook videos. Facebook video ads work a lot better than normal ads. If you want to know more about Facebook video ads and how to find them, there's a video on the channel right here that you can find. Then you need to have a product that appeals to a large audience, not just like a very niche, very little audience. I have a student that sells products for a specific age range, for a very specific type of people. It's hard to get to 100K a month very fast. So I told him, hey, you have these people, but you need to expand a little bit more in order to get better numbers. And then you can perfect that product and increase it and make sure it's the best product out there for that specific audience. But in order to make more money, you need to add it, you need to essentially expand your audience a little bit, that it appeals to a larger audience. A larger audience would be more than about 1 million people. More than 1 million people would be a large enough audience to scale to that level. Then you want to do Google Smart and Standard Shopping campaigns, running both of them at the same time. So I show you how to do that in the Google Ads training on here on my YouTube channels for free. You don't have to buy a course or anything. It's all for free on here on YouTube. Now, test products for Facebook ads potential. Find 3 to 4 products to test on Facebook ads, right? You first test products on Facebook ads and you see which one gets you more sales and which one has the highest profitability. If you want to learn how to test Facebook ads, also here on my channel. Then you find the one that converts the best with the largest audience. So you want to find that product that converts with the largest audience, and you want to find that fit of best product combined with largest audience, remember 1 million or more, and then make sure your conversion rate is above 1.5 to 2% CBR, that 1.5 to 2% or more conversion rate. That's what I recommend for your store, and that's how you essentially get the numbers that we're getting, right? And I'm gonna refresh on this so that you know that it's real and I'm making this number. So, I'm refreshing last month, last 30 days, 59,000 pounds, 58,000. This is real, right? These are real numbers. This is actual data, real data. I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to this is not edited and by any chance. This is real. This is real money. So, all right, let's go back to the blueprint. You want to make sure conversion rate is above 1.5 to 2 CBR. We have it about 6 to 7% right now, and that should be your goal, to have it at 6 to 7%. Then you want to start by doing lookalike audiences. So you got some sales already. Now you want to scale to 100,000 in a month, right? So you start by running CBO campaigns with the lookalikes inside the CBO campaign. So how you do that is you want to go ahead and watch the video on how I show you how to make $3,000 every single day. That's the strategy that I follow. I follow a CBO. CBO campaign is a campaign budget optimization campaign. It's a new feature that Facebook added. And you put multiple audiences and multiple lookalikes inside that campaign. But that's a hard way to scale. It's really hard to scale. What you want to do is start with CBO and then start removing losing audiences. And then you transition to traditional campaigns. Traditional campaigns would be a normal campaign at ad set budget levels. And you take your best audiences from the CBO campaign and you put them in their own ad sets on the traditional campaign, and you scale that way. You scale by duplicating, and then you scale by horizontally, which is duplicating and changing the audience a little bit or narrowing down on an audience, or you scale by vertically. So you scale by increasing 50% every 24 hours. Then you scale horizontally by countries, devices, platforms, ages. You can scale, literally everywhere. You can scale to US, UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Europe, whatever it is. You scale by countries and you divide that ad set in each country. Then you divide by device, mobile, tablet, desktop, then platforms, Facebook, Instagram. If you're doing retargeting, you can do all placements. Ages, you can do 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. It goes on and on, right? So you scale that way. You scale horizontally. by dividing all of these together. And then you scale vertically ad sets with higher than 1.7 to 2 return on ad spend. So if you have an ad set that has a larger than 2 return on ad spend, that you want to scale that every 24 hours, 50%. So 50% every 24 hours, you want to keep scaling it and scaling it and scaling it. Now, the Facebook audiences to test would be 180 days website visitors, 1% LA. Sorry, I didn't add that in there. 180 days all web visitors, 1% lookalike. 180 days view content lookalike, 1%, 2%, 3 to 4%. And the way you do that is, if you want to know how to create lookalike audiences, you just go onto your Facebook Ads Manager, and I'm just going to do it here. So you create a new campaign, conversions, create a new conversion, and then you click on the create new, and then you do create new audience, website traffic, and then in this case, you would do all website visitors, 1% lookalike. So 1%, website visitors, web visitors, 180 days. We create that. And now you create a lookalike audience. So you create new lookalike, you pull the 180 days, and then you put a 1% lookalike in the United States. So you take the US, and then you create that audience based on the original one. So the original would be, like I just talked about, 1% view content, 2% view content, 3 to 4% view content, 1% all website visitors. And this one can also go 2%, 2%, 3 to 4% as well. So you can just keep scaling, and after 3 to 4, start ranging. So 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 8 to 10. So you start ranging them, and then you start scaling that way. So more and more people see your ad that are relevant to it, that are, they look like the people that have either visited your site, viewed content on your site, added to cart, initiated checkout, purchased this, whatever it is. You want to use all of these audiences and scale that way. So you scale by audience. You're going to have a lot of audiences that you're going to scale in the same campaign, right? I told you, start with a CBO, but then transition to traditional campaigns with ad set budgets. So you have all of these in different ad sets in one campaign per product. That's how you scale. And then you can also do retargeting to scale that way. So remember, I told you to have a Google Smart and standard shopping campaign running. Both of those are going to be running at the same time. Now you retarget all website visitors. So we would, create the campaign that I just told you. That campaign that you had right here. So the 180D, all website visitors, 180 days, and you will retarget that on the country, or you can do worldwide. If you're targeting a lot of countries, you can just retarget that audience, and then retarget that audience, retarget 30-day view content, add to cart, initiated checkout, and then obviously exclude purchase in all of your ad sets. So you take the purchase audience out, and then just do view content, add to cart, initiated checkout, 30 days, and then you can also do 180 days. So you would do 180D, all of these. Then you do 7-day. So the 7-day, what you can do is add a new ad. So the 7-day, you can do like the sale is over in 2 days or 3 days. So it's a more fresh audience. So they'll see your ad again and they'll think, oh, I visited that site, a couple of days ago. You can be more aggressive with it. The people that visited like 180 days ago, they might not even remember who you are. So you have to kind of give it like a more, a less aggressive taste, a less aggressive ad to those people. You can, you have to write a less aggressive ad to those people. So people that visited 7 or 30 days, you can be more aggressive in the ad. Like, hey, the sale is over in 2-3 days. You can be more aggressive with that. And then extra tips that I want to give you to get to the 100K a month is test excluding engaged shoppers with, test some ad sets with engaged shoppers, and then test some ad sets without engaged shoppers. So you want to test those two. Same audience, same ad set, duplicate it, one with engage, one without it. So you do one with engage, one without engage. All right, guys, welcome to the retargeting on Facebook ads module. In this module, we're going to essentially talk about setting up the audiences to retarget, creating a retargeting ads, ad copies, videos, what works for retargeting essentially, right? So what can you write in your ad copy that works? And then top retargeting audiences to test. So these are essentially the audiences that we test with when we're starting out. These are the top 4 ones that do the best, essentially, that get the best results or the best return on investment. And then we're going to talk about the metrics for retargeting and exactly what you need to look at when you're creating a retargeting campaign. So should you get the same CPC, the same CTR as with normal targeting, or should you get better? Like what exactly should you go for? All right. So let's begin by setting up the audiences to retarget. So these are essentially the best is 7 days view content. VC means view content. ATC means add to cart. IC means initiate checkout. Essentially people in the past week that have visited your website, added to cart on your website, or initiated checkout on your website. And then the same thing for 30 days, 90 days, and 180 days. And then 7 days, you set it up for all website traffic. I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up right now. And then 75% of the video views in the last 7 days. These are the ones that we use and essentially the ones that we do the best with. So that's essentially what I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to pull up some of them here. So let me pull this one up. So this is the one that I was just talking about. So the top results, as you can see here. So 7 days website traffic. This is all retargeting US 18 to 65. So what you want to do in retargeting is leave your audiences pretty broad in terms of either gender. So in this case, it's women only because we're only targeting women, but you can leave it to men and women 18 to 65. So it doesn't have to be like a bunch of very detailed audiences. All the detail comes in the actual pixel. So in the actual choosing of the audience, as you can see here, VC 7 days, ATC 7 days, IC 7 days, they all have pretty solid cost per purchases, pretty solid return on investment. So from a 264 investment, we've made 850, and that's pretty consistent. So, 33 purchases we get, that's per day, right? So 33 purchases per day, we're essentially making, about $600 profit with product cost. That's about $400 on retargeting on this particular campaign. We also have other campaigns running, but this one is the one that I'm going to show you exactly how to set up. So essentially what you'll do is you will go to the creation here. On the campaign creation, you'll choose conversions, and then you will do, let's say, retargeting demo. Set it up. In this case, you don't necessarily want to do CBO, although you can. We don't set it up on CBO for retargeting. You can set it up on CBO for retargeting, but since we want to target every single audience on its own, then we set up one campaign for retargeting and put all of those ad sets inside the campaign. So we don't actually do a CBO because we don't want all the traffic to just go to one. We want the traffic to pretty much be spread out. Right here this one is the one that has spent the most. And then you want to scale them, like I teach you how to scale them. If they're profitable the first 48 hours, scale them 50% every 24 hours. So you're essentially going from like, let's say $5 a day to $7 a day, $10 a day, 15, 20, etc., 20, 30, essentially, and going off from there. So you want to choose purchase here. And then let's say we're doing United States. And then to set up a custom audience, all you have to do is create new, and then you'll create a new custom audience. Website traffic, you choose your pixel, and then you'll choose by event, right? So if you want to do add to cart past 7 days, we'll just do ATC past 7 days. If you're doing by a particular product or a particular collection, then you can refine by URL. So what you can do is essentially if you're targeting like 5 different products and one of them is a stroller, you can do add to cart contains stroller. And that would be like for the stroller only, right? So stroller, that would be for the stroller only. Essentially, that's how you set up that campaign only for that specific product or collection. But in this case, we're going to leave it open. You leave it open, ATC, past 7 days. Create that audience. And then that is how you would leave it as a retargeting. And then what you can do is exclude the purchases. So you'll have, let's say so our top audiences are 7 days, view content, add to cart, and initiate a checkout like I just showed you. And 7 days, all website traffic. That one, how you set it up is you create a new one, custom, web traffic, all web visitors. So all website visitors past 7 days, all web visits past 7 days. And that is essentially how you create that one. So what you can do is exclude the purchases always. So you'll do create new, custom, website traffic, purchase in the past 180 days, PUR 180 days. exclude. And you will set that up to exclude purchases because you obviously don't want to target people. And then it's going to put it on top here. What you can do is click exclude. So you exclude purchase because obviously you want to target people that have ATC. One audience per ad set. So in this case, I'm only going to choose ATC, past 7 days. Exclude purchase 180 days. You don't want to target people that have already bought from you. 18 to 65. You can untick this thing on the bottom. You can either do automatic placements or you can edit placements and do both Instagram feed and Facebook feed. This, I mean, essentially there's no really like all devices tends to do pretty much the same as conversions in my experience. But for you, you can test doing all devices. And then if, let's say, Facebook feeds does a lot better, then Facebook feeds is just going to get more traffic. It's just going to get more results. It's going to optimize itself on Facebook. So it really depends on you. I would suggest leaving it on all devices if you're just starting out retargeting, and then putting it at a low budget depending on how much traffic you have. So I would put it at $5 a day and then start running it from there from $5 a day. Other things to note is also the other type of audience that I would do, which is the 75% video views. So you would essentially do a create new, custom engagement video, and then you would do people who viewed 75% of your video. You would choose the video and then pass 7 or pass 180 days. 180 days is fine. Past 7 days, obviously, is going to perform a lot better. Although video view retargeting doesn't really work as well as event retargeting, like I just talked about, but you can still do that and test it. See, because every niche is different, every audience is different. So let me pull that out. ATC, PUR, 180 days exclude, all placements, $5 per day. And then I also get this question a lot. What's better, conversions or reach for retargeting? You want to test both. So for us, conversions works a lot better, which is the one that I just showed you. This is all conversions. So right, you were optimizing for purchase. If you have a really large audience, so let's say you have an audience of more than 10,000 to 20,000 people on your website on a monthly basis, you want to test both. So you want to test purchase and reach. You want to test both, purchase and reach. Sometimes reach does better. For one of my students, he's doing about 30,000 a month. He tested reach and purchase, and reach is actually better. So you want to test both. How you create a reach campaign is you essentially do the same thing. Let me actually pull that up. We'll create a reach campaign in a little bit, but first let me show you how you create the ad. So for ad, text, right? So text for the testing ad copies, what you want to do is test them with very aggressive intent. So if you're doing 7-day traffic, those people know who you are. They know what your website is. They know what you're selling. So you want to test aggressively. Aggressively, what it means is sale ends soon. So you want to use very aggressive ad copy, like sale ends soon, did life get in the way? We know you visited our site. So it's like very pungent ad copy, like this one that I'm going to show you. So as you can see here, did life get in the way? Don't worry. I'm going to pull that up. Whoops. Did life get in the way? Don't worry. The sale goes on for 3 more days. This is our top performing ad copy. Did life get in the way? Don't worry. Sale goes on for 3 more days. So we're acknowledging that they visited our website. It's very aggressive. We're acknowledging that they visited the website. We're saying that the sale is on. We're saying that it's a bestseller, 65% off, and then 3 details about the product. So baby safe, 5-star reviews, whatever it is. So we're going on really hard on the actual product, right? It's like a very aggressive for those people that visited 7 to 10 days ago, right? You're gonna remember who we are and remember our website. What you can also do is go the same winning ad that you're using on the cold audience. So if you're using you're obviously doing cold traffic, the cold traffic ad that is doing the best, you can use it on the retargeting as well. So you'll choose your best winning ad. Let's say it's like the ad that you used on the cold targeting interest, targeting brands, whatever you were targeting. You're going to use it as well for your retargeting. If it's a top return on investment ad, let's say you're making like a solid 2 to 2.5 return on investment from that ad on cold traffic, you want to just use the same ad on retargeting. That works really well as well. Instead of doing the crazy intent, the hard intent ad, you can use both. So use the hard intent, and then you can test it with the same winning ad that you're using on retargeting. And then the last thing you can do is use reviews or testimonials in your ad copy. So this. And then the last thing you can do is use reviews or testimonials in your ad copy. So essentially letting the customer know that other people have visited your website before. So what you can do is here on the ad copy, let me pull up the one I just pulled up, this one. So for example, in this ad copy, what you can do is you can do the life getting in the way, don't worry, or something in that way. And then you can put a testimonial for one of your past customers, or if you don't have any past customers, then if you're starting retargeting, you should at least get like 1 or 2 sales, just so that you prove that the product sells instead of wasting it on retargeting. But you can have, let's say, the name of the person on the top and then the reviews, right? So you would have like the name of the person or 5 stars and then the name of the person and then the actual review. So thank you so much for this product. I love it. And make it very detailed, right? Don't say just thank you for the order. Just say, for example, ours is a high quality soft plush toy for kids. You can say, thank you so much for this. It's basically, I'm not going to say the animal that it is, but thank you so much for this, let's say giraffe toy. Thank you so much for this giraffe toy. My daughter really loves it. And then you would put that in your ad copy. So that would be the testimonial, the review that you're putting in the ad copy. This one works the best. The review does really well as well for retargeting the retargeting. So if it's people that visited the website, let's say like 30, 60, 180 days ago, reviews work well because they remind them of like, oh, wait, yeah, I remember this website. Oh, it has a good review. But it has that impact of like bringing them back into you. Because this doesn't really make sense. The life get in the way, don't worry, the sale goes on for 3 more days. To 180 days, that kind of doesn't make sense. So the better way to do it is by doing a review on a website, putting a review on the ad, putting the 5 little emoji stars. So you can, for example, do this. So let's pull up the stars. So we would have stars here, 5 stars. And then you can do Melissa from Virginia. I loved this soft giraffe toy. My daughter is super happy with it. See why more than 1,376 moms trust us. And then the link to your site. So you would put the little emoji of the arrow here and then link. So that's also one you can use to your advantage really well, is doing the 5-star review in the person, the actual review. So, if you don't have any reviews, just invent something that is similar to what someone would say about a product and make it very detailed. So it's not just like some random review. And then see why more than, and then put a number, or if you already have a lot of customers, then you can just put the number of the customers and then your niche. So if it's moms, fathers, outdoor gear lovers, whatever your niche is, trust us. The little arrow and then the link. That's also a really good one. And I suggest creating normal ads with normal headlines. So what I suggest is creating ads with like website URL headlines here. And then what you also can do is put the reviews on the headline. So what you'll do is and this has been working really well for us. So put 4.8 out of 5 stars down here on the actual headline, right? Or instead of the headline, on the newsfeed link description, and then you can say, take advantage of our 65% off sale. So that's a solid ad copy that you can use. It's essentially, talk about the product. Obviously, you want to talk about the product in the review and have the review be from like a person that sounds real or a real person that you actually have on your website. And then see why more than 1,000 moms trust us, link, take advantage of our sale, and then the stars on the bottom. This one is just from personal experience that works insanely well. So if you want to go ahead and test this for past 7-day, this works really well for past 7-day everything. So past 7-day view content, add to cart, initiated checkout, past 7-day all website traffic. And then you can also use it for the review. You can use it for like old traffic, so like 90 day, 180 day. When it comes to metrics for retargeting, you want to kind of stay in that range of frequency of 1.2 to 2.2. So the frequency, you will see it in the ads manager. So when you pull up the actual ad, here's like ROAS, purchase conversion, web purchases. All you have to do is choose the actual. Let's just create this ad really quickly. I'm just gonna put 7figureshop.com here. Yeah, all right. So we'll publish that. So you publish your ad. Once it starts running for like the first 24 hours, you want to stay at the frequency of 1.2 to 2.2. You don't want to go above 2.2. Frequency means like the people that have seen your website. Of 100 people, how many have seen it twice? And if it's 1.2, then you're messing around with like, some people have seen it a couple of times. Some people have seen it once. If you're going to the 2.2, it means a lot of people have seen it twice and a lot of people have even seen it 3 times. So you don't really want to go higher than 2.2. 3, if you're going higher than 3, your ad is essentially it's going to start losing performance because people are just seeing it way too many times. For CPC, it is usually higher, but no higher than 2.5. So it's higher than normal click values for cold traffic, but it's probably not going to be higher than 2.5. If you're spending like $5, $10 without a click, you should probably pause that and get some more cold traffic into it. So let's say, we have this retargeting demo here. What you can do is click columns, customize columns, and then put frequency. And then you want to look at the frequency right here. So the frequency is higher than 2.2. You want to really review your audience. Maybe it's too small, and you want to get more cold traffic in before keeping retargeting of that audience. The CTR, since it's retargeted, you want to look for above 2.5 all the way to 6%, because we do have audiences that have like 5.5, 6% click-through ratio. So that's really good. And you want to be above 2.5, not like on the cold traffic where you're above 1. Here you want to be above 2.5, around 3 or 4, because it's retargeted traffic, right? So that's pretty much it. I mean, you can scale with retargeting as well. It's just the more cold traffic you get onto your website, the better your retargeting audiences are going to be. So go ahead and set up these. The 7 day is obviously going to be better. If your store is new, then you want to set up 7 and 30. If your store is pretty old, you want to set up these 3. And if your store has been running for more than 6 months to a year, you want to set up all of them and the website traffic as well. So 7 days, and then the 30 days, and the 90 days, and 180 days website traffic. So you want to set up all of those up. 75% video views last 7 days. These are the best audiences to test with. Our top ones are 7 days just because of fresh, and then we use this the ad copy that I just showed you, right? The sale ends in 3 more days. The life get in the way, sale ends in 3 more days. Or you can do the review ad copy testimonial for more older audiences, but it all comes down to testing, and it really comes down to the audience that you're going to test. But this is essentially how you set that up.
This is a science of Facebook ads and exactly what you need to do when you launch a new campaign. So your goal with Facebook ads when launching a new campaign has to be to find a product audience ad fit, right? It's not just about the product. Many people just talk about the product. If you have a product, a winning product, you're going to win. Well, that's partly true. When you find a winning product, yes, you can do a lot better numbers than a non-winning product, but it has to be a product audience fit, because there's a lot of tools out there that they share winning products, that they share a lot of insight into niches and products that sell with everybody. So you want to stay ahead of the competition by having that product audience ad fit, right? So you take your product, let's say your product is a winning product from, whether that be AliExpress, or you found it on Google, or you found it on Facebook. I told you about it. You found it on some other YouTube, other coaches' video, whatever it is, you found that winning product. You're going to pick your core audience. What does core audience mean? Core audience is defined as exactly 2 interests or behaviors, right? In the other Facebook trainings, I show you how to find interests, which are more brands, influencers, TV shows in that niche, or 2 behaviors that are you truly believe people in that niche or in those interests will love this product. Let's say your product is, a product for people that own cars, to clean the car or whatever it is, and you're targeting men and women 25 to 40 that are interested in a lot of brands of cars, and they're also owners of cars on Facebook. if you're targeting that, that is your core audience. Your core audience is exactly the audience that you think these people will like this product. Where you pick that audience, and it has to be within, it could be within 200,000 to 2 million. Try and get it between those numbers, 200,000 to 2 million. I know that's a big range, but you don't want to go more than 2 million because it's not going to be really that targeted. So you pick that targeted audience, 2 interests and behaviors, or 2 just interests, or 2 just behaviors that you know those people are going to be interested in the product and are going to click on your ad. From that core audience, you find 3 or more audience that would be offshoots or variations of that core audience. So let's say it's people that like BMW and they own a car. So it's people that like Mercedes and they own a car. Or it's people that like BMW and Mercedes. Or there's people that, for example, like car repair shops like AutoZone, or auto parts repair shops. Something like it's called like this. It's a huge brand of auto repair. So you pick 3 or 4 more audience that are offshoots or variations or very similar to that you know are gonna like this product. If it's a general product, you can just pick 4 random audiences with different interests and behaviors that you think are gonna like this product. And then you set all of those up in one campaign for that specific product. That can be either a CBO with $20 to $25 per day on those 4 audiences, or a traditional campaign with, let's say, like those 4 audiences at $5 each. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick your core audience. You're gonna find 3 to 4 audiences that would be offshoots of that core audience. You're gonna send them all in one campaign, and then you're gonna run it for there. After 24 hours, if people don't click the ad, right? If you're spending money, if you spend like $20 and you got like 2 clicks, if people are just not clicking the ad at all, that means your ad pretty much sucks. It's ineffective. It's not going to work. For that, you have to go to the lesson, to the module called Creating Converting Ads, Crafting Converting Ads. It's a great module. I created it very recently. So you go and find that and make a better ad. So if you do that and you create an ad, you probably shouldn't have this problem. If people click your product, but they don't add to cart, it could be either the product or the audience, right? So I say this with caution because I know I tell you guys sometimes it could be the product. And what I say with the product is that it could be the product price. So when you're setting it at that level that a lot of people are clicking, you're getting a lot of cheap clicks, lower than $1, which we're going to talk about a little bit. Lower than $1, you're getting a lot of clicks. CTR is higher than 1 to 2%. It's the product price. So you lower the product price about 25%, and you try a new product price. If it's not that, then it's the audience. If your product is very, very low price, then you try the audiences. That means you need to test more audience to see if that product has potential in the market. What you can do is test 4 to 6 more targeted audiences than the one you already tested, the core and the 3 other ones. Test 4 to 6 more. If that doesn't work, if you still don't get add to carts, if you still don't get initiated checkouts, that just means the product is a loser and you need to write it off as a loser. All right? So this is my process. You pick a core audience, you pick 3 or 4 more audiences, you run it. If people don't click the ad, that means your ad sucks, which it shouldn't. If people click but they don't buy, it's because the product price and you need to lower it. Or the audience, if you test more audiences but they don't work, then you can just write the product off as a loser. But what specific KPIs, what specific key performance indicators should you look at when you're running your ads, right? What numbers should you look at? So we're going to look at link clicks, which are essentially view contents. You want to look for 10 to 20 per audience to start, right? 10 to 20 per audience ad product. So you test 1 ad per audience per product, or 1 ad for all the audiences, right? You test the same ad, 1 ad, 1 product, 1 audience. We're shooting for less than $1 per CPC. And then we're shooting for more, forgot to write this in, more than 1% CTR. If those 2 criteria aren't met, you're not getting lower than $1 CPC and you're not getting higher than 1% CTR, it probably isn't going to be a winner from the first 10 to 20 clicks that you get, right? So this is what you have to shoot for. If you're not getting that, it could be that the ad is really bad. If you follow my Crafting Converting Ads module, then it's probably not going to be that. For add to carts, you want at least 1% conversion from the first 10 to 20 clicks. So what does that mean? 10 to 20 clicks, you want to get at least 1 to 2 add to carts. right? Sorry, at least 10% conversion, not 1%, 10% conversion. So you want to get at least 10% conversion to ATC from the first 10 to 20 clicks. So if you get 10 to 20 clicks, you want at least 1 to 2 add to carts. Now, from initiated checkouts, I forgot to, sorry about these numbers, guys. 5% here, sorry. I wrote them off as 1% now. So add to cart, at least 10% conversion. So from those 10 to 20 clicks that you start off of, you want to get at least 1 to 2 add to carts. If you're not getting them, why is that? Because it could be the product is too expensive or just the audiences suck. So you lower the price of the product and then you test. The next 10 to 20 clicks, do you get add to cart? No. Okay, let me test more audiences. Do I do the same thing? 4 to 6 audiences? It still doesn't work, still not getting add to carts? Product is probably not a winner. For initiated checkouts, I want to get at least 5% conversion to initiated checkouts from the first 30 to 40 clicks. I'm sorry, I put those numbers wrong. You want to get at least 5% conversion to initiated checkout for the first 30 to 40 clicks. What does that mean? You want to get at least 1 to 2 initiated checkouts for the first 30 to 40 clicks. So let's say you start an ad, you get 20 clicks, you get 2 add to carts, we're rolling, right? The product is awesome. We're getting less than $1 CPC. We're getting a high CTR. It's awesome. Now we're going for the checkout. We get 30 clicks, 40 clicks, 50 clicks. Ooh, no checkouts. What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, a couple things. You have to go through your checkout process to make sure that the checkouts, they're processing well. If you have shipping, you might want to try and lower the cost of the shipping. If you don't have shipping, you can just keep it. If you don't have shipping, is it free shipping? Then it's obviously not that. You just want to test the process. Are there any pop-ups ruining your checkout process? Are there any apps, any scarcity things that are ruining your checkout process? You want to check all of that. If you don't get in the first 30 to 40 clicks, if you don't get at least 1 initiated checkout. Let's say you get like 10 add to carts, no checkouts, there's definitely a problem there, right? There's definitely a problem in your initiated checkouts. With purchases, what do we want to look for? Shoot for a profit after the first 48 hours. So this is pretty general, right? But you want to go for a profitable ad set. So it doesn't have to be a profitable campaign. It doesn't have to be a profitable product. It has to be a profitable ad set. And I'm going to add that in here, profitable ad set. So you want to look for a profitable ad set, meaning you have the perfect product to audience to ad fit. This is your goal, right? Find the product audience ad fit, because you will have some ad sets that are better than others. You will have some ad sets that suck, and you'll pause the ones that suck, and you'll keep the ones that are winning. So you shoot for a profitable ad set in the first 48 hours, and you want at least a conversion rate of 1 to 2% after like 40 clicks. So if you get 50 clicks, you want 1 conversion. Or if you get 100 clicks, you want at least 1 conversion. So let's put 50 to 100 here. So if you get 50 clicks and you get no sales, then that might just be, it's not going to be, you're not going to get purchases. If you get 50 clicks, but you don't get sales, but you get a lot of initiated checkouts, then keep it running because it still has potential, right? Sometimes you guys tell me, hey, I've gone like 10 checkouts, but no sales. Check your checkout process, make sure free shipping is there, make sure pop-ups are good, and then keep it running. If after 48 hours of you letting it run, right, you make sure that it has that add to cart conversion rate, that initiate checkout conversion rate, but your purchase conversion rate sucks, then you want to kill it, right? If you get like 10 checkouts and it's killing it, you want to run it for about 48 hours. Wait at least 48 hours to start killing and pausing ad sets, right? This is at the purchase level. This is why e-commerce is hard to predict, like anything else. Purchase level. It's hard to predict because we're talking about different products. We're talking about different things here that we're selling, different niches, different audiences. So if in the first 24 hours, these metrics are horrible, initiated checkout, add to cart, and link clicks, they just suck. Your link clicks suck after a day. Your link clicks suck after, 12, 24 hours. Then that's okay to start pausing ad sets. When it comes to the purchase level, if these 3 metrics are done, you're getting add to carts, you're getting checkouts, you want to leave it for 48 hours. If after 48 hours you don't have any profitable ad sets, that probably means the product is not a good fit, right? The product, you can write it off as a loser. You can test 4 to 6 more targeted audiences. If that doesn't work, then the product is probably a loser. So you want to shoot for at least like 1 sale in those first 50 to 100 clicks. So let's actually write it off as 1 to 2 sales after. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm gonna write that down. Sorry, I've been doing taxing today, so this is too many numbers in my head. So shoot for a profitable ad set after the first 48 hours, and then you want to do 1 to 2 sales after 50 to 100 clicks. That's the goal. That's the goal with purchases, not initiated checkouts, not add to carts, not link clicks. You want to get at least, and I'm going to write these numbers. So 1 to 2 checkouts for the first 30 to 40 clicks, at least 1 to 2 ATC. There we go. Add to carts, at least 1 to 2 in the first 10 to 20 clicks. Initiated checkouts, at least 1 to 2 in the first 30 to 40 clicks. Purchases, at least 1 to 2 in the first 50 to 100 clicks. And obviously having a profitable ad set. What you can do is start killing the ad sets that don't work and then just keeping the ad sets that work. Best data is to look at 2 to 3 days data. So 2 to 3 days obviously is going to work a lot better. If you have some sales, but you're not profitable yet, you want to leave that for 2 to 3 days to see if you can kill all the bad ad sets and you're still having some profitable ad sets. If you don't have any profitable ad sets after 48 hours, you want to test more audiences, like I talked about here in the section. Test 4 to 6 more targeted audiences. If that still doesn't work, you can write the product off as a loser. What you can make sure is if you have a lot of checkouts, you have a lot of sales, but not that many, is you want to make sure abandoned carts are on there. You want to make sure you're retargeting. You want to make sure you're obviously doing the most to get those sales. So you have abandoned cart sequences. You have SMS bump. You have recart. You have retargeting campaign, whether that be dynamic retargeting or normal retargeting. I talk about that in the crafting converting ads section. You can check it there, how to write a proper retargeting ad. As long as you have these 4 things running, you can follow this metric. After 48 hours, start killing unprofitable ad sets. And if after 2 to 3 days, right, 48 to 72 hours, you don't have a profitable ad set, right, an ad set that essentially is making you money with that sale, you can write that product off as a loser. These are metrics for you to follow right now, right? These are essentially the metrics that you can follow from now on to, essentially kill these products. And as I wrote down here, you don't want to spend more than 125% of the product price on an ad set. On an ad set without a sale. If you do, it's not a winning product or your audience isn't a fit. So that's essentially what I mean. I'm going to take this out because I explained it on the top. But let's say your product costs $50 and you spend, let's make it easier. Let's say it costs $40. Your product price is $40 and you spend $50, which is 125% without a sale and an ad set, you pause. Doesn't matter if you have a bunch of checkouts, doesn't matter if you have add to carts, doesn't matter if you have link clicks. As long as you have these in place, abandoned cart sequences, SMS bump, recart, retargeting, you spend $50 for a $40 product. Without a sale and an ad set, you kill it. The product audience ad fit isn't there. If you don't get any sales after like 48 hours, that probably isn't a winning product, right? You want to test. If you test even 4 audiences here on the top, like you picked your core and then you build 3 to 4 more audiences and that doesn't work, it's just not going to work. At least 1 or 2 of those is going to work. If not, you got to go back to the drawing board and pick a new product, try and find a new product and then go from there. Guys, this is e-commerce. It's not easy, right? It's simple. You can break it down into words, but there's a lot of machinery to it. There's a lot of math to it. There's a lot of testing products again and again and again to find a winner. But once you find that product audience fit, you're going to kill it from there. And that's how you make those 10K days that I showed you guys how to make.